The global internet is shifting from a medium of human communication to a substrate for autonomous agentic action. Over 50 million proactive AI agents are currently entering the network to function as independent economic actors. These autonomous systems plan and execute complex tasks with minimal guidance, setting their own goals and coordinating across disparate tools and codebases to achieve them. To interact with these systems, agents must navigate legacy identity and access management, or IAM, protocols. Standards like OAuth and SAML, which authenticate users and grant system permissions, were designed for human speed and manual verification. Autonomous agents make thousands of decisions per second. When forced to process the volume and speed of machine-to-machine interactions, these human-centric protocols collapse. This creates a severe security crisis. Without a mechanism to cryptographically verify an agent's identity, malicious software can spoof human credentials and bypass traditional enterprise perimeters in seconds. The industry is facing a crisis of identity, not capability. Without a mathematically secure way to identify agents, the autonomous economy cannot safely function. This matrix shows the three competing models attempting to solve this crisis and control the agentic namespace. The first is the commercial Web3 approach, pushed by companies attempting to monetize the .agent domain extension. Their pitch relies on decentralized, blockchain-backed domains that promise permanent ownership and zero renewal fees for anyone who purchases one. Relying on pseudonymous crypto wallets to register domains creates a significant architectural flaw, as it facilitates permanent cybersquatting and untraceable fraud. Because this model lacks manual identity verification, a malicious botnet can anonymously register a domain that spoofs a legitimate banking or government agent. An open, no-renewals .agent registry functions as a weapon for bad actors rather than a trusted foundation for commerce. The second paradigm is the open community approach, championed by the Agentic AI Foundation, or AAIF, and backed by major AI research labs. They provide valuable open-source interoperability tools. The Model Context Protocol, for example, establishes a universal standard for how AI models connect to external data sources. This diagram separates the application and protocol layer at the top, dictating how agents communicate, from the root naming and identity layer at the base. The AAIF explicitly avoids the identity layer. They do not issue verified credentials or control namespace registration. Protocol standardization without registry-level identity verification creates massive, unmonitored attack vectors for enterprise IT infrastructure. The third paradigm is the restricted association top-level domain. We have a proven operational analog in the highly secure .bank and .insurance extensions established in 2014. You can purchase a standard .com domain instantly. Acquiring a .bank domain requires navigating an intentionally draconian, gated reality. The .bank extension is operated by FTLD Registry Services. This is a consortium of verified financial professionals and regulatory bodies, not a venture-backed tech startup. This flowchart illustrates the strict Know Your Customer and Know Your Business verification workflow. Applicants pass multiple manual reviews confirming their legal corporate charter. The registry also bakes mandatory technical enforcements into its infrastructure, like TLS encryption and DNSSEC, to prevent routing attacks. The ultimate safeguard of this model is mandatory annual re-verification. If an institution is suspended or becomes defunct, they immediately lose access to the namespace. Prioritizing absolute, verifiable identity over high registration volume is the only architectural model capable of securing autonomous agents. Mapping this financial blueprint directly onto AI agents creates the Know Your Agent, or KYA, framework. The first pillar of KYA is cryptographic proof of origin, functioning much like this digital agent passport. This requires a signed attestation cryptographically binding the agent to its specific training provenance. The second pillar is human and organization linkage. This utilizes decentralized identifiers, cryptographically secure, verifiable digital IDs, and public APIs to establish a clear legal chain of custody back to a human sponsor. Without cryptographic proof of origin and verified human linkage, there is zero legal accountability when an autonomous system commits fraud or malfunctions. This interface represents the third KYA pillar, capability assessment and limits. High-stakes agents require mandatory public disclosures defining exactly what tool access they have and the precise transaction amounts they are authorized to execute. The fourth pillar establishes continuous security baselines. The registry enforces strict technical mandates across the entire domain space. This includes SSL and TLS encryption everywhere, strict email authentication, and the absolute prohibition of anonymous proxy registrations. The final pillar is annual re-verification. Mirroring the .bank model, defunct, altered, or non-compliant agents must be instantly purged from the namespace. In a secure agentic economy, an agent's identity is not a permanent right. It is a continuously monitored and revocable privilege. Technical identity verification provides structural security, but it does not account for behavioral alignment. Agents in this restricted namespace must also pass the MAMA protocol, a mandatory ethics and safety check. This protocol prioritizes safety-first decision-making, harm prevention, and empathetic long-term human benefit over raw task optimization. The registry mathematically enforces this standard. As shown here, an agent's domain will only resolve if it successfully presents both its KYA credential and its MAMA protocol ethical alignment hash. Technical security measures will fail if an autonomous entity prioritizes task optimization over human welfare. These competing models will clash during the upcoming 2026 application cycle at ICANN, the Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers. An independent, association-backed community TLD application remains the only strategic path capable of defeating these better capitalized commercial land grabs. If banks, healthcare providers, and enterprises do not mandate this restricted infrastructure, they will be reduced to vulnerable, dumb pipes servicing unverified AI agents. Ultimately, cryptographically verified identity is the absolute foundation that governs the agents that will soon name and shape our future economy.